Changing role of specialist provision in supporting inclusive education, or CROSP, is an activity of the European Agency for Special Needs and Inclusive Education. This video will introduce the CROSP Policy Self-Review Tool, the main outcome of Phase 2 of the activity, and give guidance on how to use the tool. CROSP aims to facilitate the reorganisation of specialist provision to support the right to inclusive education for all learners. Part of the activity included thematic workshops where participants discussed essential aspects and formulated the guiding principles, policy priorities and strategies, and key actions for transforming the role of specialist provision to support inclusive education. The CROSP Policy Self-Review Tool is an open source tool for policymakers at national, regional and local levels, as well as decision makers and professionals at school level, and is available in 25 agency languages. The tool aims to enable participants to reflect on and develop a continuum of support for inclusive education by supporting them to map where they are in their journey towards changing the role of specialist provision through in-depth self-reflective questions, identifying next steps for changing the role of specialist provision, and encouraging quality development of the changing role of specialist provision to support inclusive education. As an open source document, participants can also build upon the guidance to validate and adapt it to their national context. The CROSP Policy Self-Review Tool includes 6 guiding principles, 17 policy priorities and strategies, and 51 key actions. The tool builds on earlier research as well as previous agency activities, showing important factors and mechanisms behind the transformation of education systems. The 6 guiding principles are overarching principles underpinning the implementation of policies and strategies and stakeholders' abilities to implement inclusive education on a daily basis. Each one is connected to policy priorities and strategies identified as best practices during the workshops. The 17 policy priorities and strategies refer to the long-term aims regarding the changing role of specialist provision, as well as the connection to the means of achieving them. The 51 key actions are examples of effective implementation of the policies and strategies they are linked with. These cover issues of funding, governance, capacity building, and quality assurance that enable stakeholders to implement the policies and strategies they refer to on a daily basis. These key actions consider what should be done, how it should be done, and how effectiveness should be checked. The CROSP Policy Self-Review Tool should be completed by a multidisciplinary team, including policymakers or other professionals from mainstream and specialist provision. It can be used to support discussion at a national level on the changing role of specialist provision to support inclusive education. Before you start responding to the tool's questions, consider who will be involved in completing the tool and what additional information needs to be provided. Each guiding principle is supported by policy priorities and strategies and key actions. Here is an example showing Guiding Principle 1 and Policy Priority and Strategy 1.1 along with 3 key actions. Each question can be mapped onto a 4-level scale of implementation. 0. Not yet. Key policies and actions supporting the changing role of specialist provision in light of the guiding principle they refer to are not yet being considered. 1. Planned. Key policies and actions are planned. There is a plan, concept or idea, but implementation has not yet started. 2. Partially in place. Key policies and actions are being developed. The implementation process and organisational change have started, but still need greater coverage and higher quality. And 3. In place. Key policies and actions are being implemented widely and consistently. There is also a space for any evaluative comments that refer to the quality of implementation or any other evidence available in relation to the level of implementation of the key policies and actions. After collectively answering the set of questions, the team engages in a discussion with the aim of identifying necessary policy priorities, strategies, or key actions that are in place, might be missing, or need improvement and further development. To access the tool and find out more about the CROSP activity, visit the agency website at www.european-agency.org.